The moment of interaction between Jimin, Jungkook, and V was caught on camera. Many fans felt that there was something different, an unusual expression, a changed gaze, and a smile that felt a little forced. Is it true jealousy? Or is it just an exaggerated interpretation from fans who are too observant to read their every move? It all started with a public event where the three performed together. In one moment, Jungkook and Taehyung were seen laughing freely, sharing small whispers that made the atmosphere feel warm. The camera then highlights Jimin, who is standing not far from them. Jimin's expression changed in a flash. His gaze was directed to Jungkook, then to Taehyung. His smile remains, but there is a split-second pause that makes many fans feel like there is a hidden emotion there. In the idol world, that fraction of a second is enough to trigger thousands of theories. But it's important to remember, human facial expressions are very complex. What looks like jealousy can be just focus, exhaustion, or just a moment of reflection. Since their debut together in the BTS group, the relationship between the members has always been a concern. Jungkook is known to be close to all the members, including Jimin and Taehyung. Taekook's interactions, the nickname for Taehyung and Jungkook, often show natural and relaxed chemistry. On the other hand, Jimin and Jungkook also have a long history of closeness and are full of emotional moments. When two people seem very familiar, it's natural that a third person who is also close to them sometimes seems different in certain situations. But does that mean jealousy? Not necessarily. What makes this moment even more viral is the small details. Jimin appears to bite his lip and look away as Jungkook and Taehyung laugh together. In body language psychology, biting your lip can mean a lot of things, holding back emotions, thinking, or even just a habit without deep meaning. But for ARMYs who have been following their journey for years, the slightest change in micro-expression feels significant. Some fans have argued that Jimin may have just felt out of the conversation at the time. There are also those who say that he looks tired because of the busy schedule. Speculation grew rapidly, but the truth was only known to themselves. But the story doesn't stop there. After the so-called jealous stare moment went viral, many fans began digging into old clips that showed the dynamics between Jimin, Jungkook, and V. Surprisingly, the more footage is rewatched, the more it becomes apparent that their relationship is actually full of balance. There were not a few moments where Jimin and Jungkook looked very familiar, sharing hugs, joking backstage, and even staring at each other with warm expressions. If you only focus on one piece of video, a certain narrative can indeed be formed. But when looking at their entire journey, the picture becomes much wider. Jimin is known for being an emotional and expressive figure. He is never good at hiding his feelings, whether it is happy, moved, or even a little annoyed by the joke. That's exactly what it is all about. Fans feel that they can read his heart through his face. On the other hand, Taehyung and Jungkook often exude spontaneous and unexpected energy. Their laughter often appeared suddenly. Small jokes felt natural, without being made up. For some fans, this chemistry is very strong in their body language. However, it is important to understand that in a group that has been together for more than a decade, the pattern of closeness can change according to the atmosphere and moment. Today, Jungkook might be joking more with Taehyung. Tomorrow, he might be spending more time with Jimin. Many forget that they are not only global idols, but also ordinary humans. Even if there is a small jealousy in the heart, it is not something negative. In friendships, it is natural to want attention. But there is no sign that these emotions develop into conflict. In fact, in various interviews and live broadcasts, the three still show support for each other. Even when one was talking, the other two were often seen listening attentively. What's interesting is how fans are so sensitive to micro-expression details. One raised eyebrow, one withheld smile, can trigger thousands of comments. This shows how strong the emotional attachment between BTS and ARMY is. As part of BTS, they have gone through difficult trainee periods, industry pressures, and global achievements. The bond built during that process was not easily shaky just because of a single moment of stare. Perhaps what we see as jealousy is just a small pause in the conversation. Maybe it was just Jimin's moment of thought. Or maybe there is a little bit of a desire to laugh together, not out of jealousy, but because you want to be part of that happiness. The name Taekook itself has become a phenomenon among fans. Every interaction, they have often received extra attention. But it's important to remember that all members have their own unique affinity. Jimin also had many warm moments with Taehyung. They have shared emotional stories about their time as trainees, strengthening each other in difficult times, and showing genuine friendship. So, if one day the camera captures a seemingly different expression, it doesn't necessarily erase their long history of togetherness. Facial expressions are a reflection of emotions that often last only a few seconds. We as viewers only see small pieces of a much larger story. What never changed was the fact that Jimin, Jungkook, and Taehyung were still standing on the same stage, singing for the same fans, and sharing the same dreams. Perhaps that's where the beauty lies, that behind the camera glare and relentless analysis, there's still three best friends who grew up together. And if one day Jimin really feels a little jealous, it wasn't a drama. It was just proof that he cared. Taehyung and Jungkook's interaction often looks spontaneous and full of laughter. A long glance in the eye, a shrug of the shoulder, or a smile that appears for no apparent reason. All of these are easy to be romantically or emotionally interpreted. But behind all that, we must not forget one important thing. They're friends and colleagues who have grown together since a young age. Their closeness was built from long training, debut struggles, to global success. When the camera caught Jimin's different-looking expression, maybe it was just a small piece of the normal friendship dynamic. In the age of social media, a single 5-second clip can be repeated thousands of times and analyzed frame by frame. Narratives can be formed without full context. That's why it's important to look at the whole moment, not just one piece of expression. There were no official statements, no conflicts announced, and no signs of a strained relationship. Instead, the three are still often seen laughing together, supporting each other's solo projects, and showing affection as a team. Jealousy, if it exists, is a human emotion. But in a strong friendship, those emotions usually just pass like the wind. For sure, the relationship between Jimin, Jungkook, and Taehyung still looks solid. In every stage and live broadcast, they still show support and affection for each other. In the end, perhaps the most important thing is not to look for drama in every gaze, but rather to enjoy the unique and colorful dynamics of their friendship. Because in the world of BTS, expressions can spark speculation, but their years together is a much stronger fact.